What's up, everybody out there watching this? Turn this air off. Okay, so the air's off, so you can hear me. This is my Impact on Pop Destination X review. I didn't see the beginning of the show because I wasn't home. Anyways, I started watching. I taped the beginning, and then when I came home, when I turned it on, I saw Matt Hardy in the ring cutting a promo. I believe it was around right into the second hour, for the start of the second hour. That's what I saw, so that's what I'm going to review. I'll watch the beginning later. So this is going to be a short Destination X Impact on Pop review. I put up a poll on Twitter. I'm going to read the results of it. Rate tonight's Impact on Pop Destination X. I messed up Destination X. I put 2 hashtag symbols in front of Destination X, but who cares? Rate tonight's Destination X. I had the number 4, 6, 8, and 10 ratings. 13% gave it a 4. I don't think it was a 4. It was at least over in my opinion, it was over a 4. 9% gave it a 6 rating. 39% gave it a 8 rating, and 39% gave it a 10 rating. 23 votes have been cast, so thank you for voting if you voted on my Rate Tonight's Impact on Pop poll. Thank you for voting, everybody, if you did. Anyways, here we go with my Destination X Impact on Pop start of the second hour review. As I said, I started watching when Matt Hardy was in the ring, and then he had to calling out his brother Nero. He's saying, "Come out now, brother." I can't do the Matt Hardy's accent, his gimmick character's voice. He just calls out, says, "Come on out here, brother Nero. Come on out here." And brother Nero comes out. I don't like calling him brother Nero. I think it's stupid, but whatever. Jeff Hardy comes out. Brother Nero comes out with Matt's wife, Rebby Sky. Anyways, she's standing next to him. Brother Nero, the guy looked really sad. Jeff Hardy looked really sad, like he was in a trance. He was like this. Like, he didn't even want to be there. Anyway, I guess Matt Hardy now controls Jeff. Whatever. Jeff can no longer use the name Hardy, so he's Brother Nero from now on. That's pretty funny. Anyways, Rebby starts yelling at Jeff right beside him. She was annoying as hell. And she's a good heel character, but she is annoying. She's yelling, screaming at Jeff. I think she was screaming, "Be gone," or maybe it was Matt. One of them kept screaming at Brother Nero, "Be gone. You will be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone." Over and over. I think it was Matt. It was probably Matt. And then Matt started screaming, or not screaming, but saying it over and over, said it like 20 times, saying, "Brother Nero, you delete, you will be deleted," or whatever, something like that. He kept saying delete, 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 delete over and over and over. It was pretty funny. I used to be more annoyed by Matt Hardy about a month ago, but the guy has busted his ass playing this character, so now he's pretty funny to me, and I kind of enjoy Matt Hardy's character because the guy's really busted his ass, and at least he came up with something different and a different type of character to restart his career and re-jolted, give himself a big push in the wrestling business. And he reinvented himself. At least Matt Hardy has done that in TNA. So I didn't like his character around Slammiversary in June. I didn't like it. but now I enjoy Matt Hardy, and I like his character. So after that, basically weird promo from Matt Hardy and Rebby screaming at Jeff Hardy to be gone and be deleted. After that, we go backstage to The Miracle, Mike Bennett and DJZ backstage, facing off face to face. And DJZ says to him that he wants him tonight. He wants him right now in a match. So up next, we had Maria come out. She did her thing, her short promo introducing her husband, The Miracle, Mike Bennett. Miracle comes out, of course, with Maria. Maria, sexy as hell. So The Miracle up next against DJZ. DJZ in this match, the guy looked great. The guy's a hell of a talent. DJZ looked great. It was a pretty good match. X Division guys came out. Who was it? Andrew Everett or Mandrews and some other X Division guys came out, and they intimidated and helped DJZ. DJZ wins. He actually wins and defeats The Miracle. That is pretty shocking, and I was happy about that. So DJZ defeats The Miracle Mike Bennett. DJZ is now the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. Happy for DJZ. The guy's a hell of a talent. He deserves a push in TNA. Up next, after DJZ wins and becomes the #1 contender for the X Division title, we had Drew Galloway backstage cutting a promo. It says, tonight, EC3, we are gonna fight. We're gonna fight. That's basically what Drew said. That we are gonna fight right now. And up next, we had EC3 versus Drew Galloway, not in a wrestling match, because TNA won't sanction a wrestling match for some reason, because both guys are out of control, I guess. So Drew Galloway versus EC3 in a straight up fight / brawl. It was pretty awesome. I love EC3. The guy's probably one of my favorite guys to watch in TNA. Drew Galloway also very good, one of my favorites in TNA. So these two guys beat the crap out of each other. It was a hell of a fight. Ended up going backstage. Is pretty awesome. They go backstage, start brawling and fighting, and then of course officials break it up and it ends. So up next we had Davey Richards backstage talking to his partner, the Wolves, one half of the Wolves. Davey Richards, I believe, I don't know if I think he had a broken leg or something, but I guess he's healed 100% now because he got involved in the main event tonight. So Davey Richards backstage talking to his partner Eddie Edwards about Eddie Edwards' big main event match tonight, shot at the world title. It was title versus title, X Division title that Eddie Edwards won last week on Impact on Pop, X Division title against world title. So after Davey talks to Eddie backstage, up next is the main event. Bobby Lashley defending the world title against Eddie Edwards, who is defending the X Division title. As I said, it was title versus title. Pretty damn good main event. Pretty damn good match. I enjoyed the match. It was very good. Eddie Edwards, I didn't know how Eddie Edwards and Lashley would click in the ring together in a one-on-one match. I didn't know how much chemistry they would have. I didn't know if the match would be any good, but it surprised me. It was pretty damn good. Eddie and Bobby Lashley worked well together. So it was a damn good main event. As I said, pretty damn good match. Davey Richards was at ringside with Eddie, and the referee ends up getting knocked out. Of course he does, because that's what has to happen in a lot of main events for world titles. The ref takes a bump, gets knocked out, laying in the ring, and then we have Lashley hitting his running power slam, and 1, 2, there's no referee to count it. Lashley's on top of Eddie, 1, 2, 3, it probably would have been over, but the ref was knocked out still. So then, Lashley goes to the outside, gets a belt. has a belt in the ring, about to hit Eddie with the belt. Davey Richards comes in, makes this save. Davey Richards, I thought, may turn on Eddie. I didn't want to see that happen, but it could have happened. But he did not. Very happy Davey didn't turn on Eddie, because that is really played out, having partners turn on each other. That's really played out, and I'm sick of seeing it. So I'm glad Davey didn't turn on Eddie. Anyways, Davey gets in the ring. When Lashley has a belt, Davey interferes. Attacks Lashley, picks up Lashley in a suplex, and Davey kicks him in the face or in the ribs, or their tag team finisher. Then he drops him on his head in a brainbuster suplex. So the Wolves hit their tag finisher on Lashley. Eddie Edwards pins him. I thought it might be over, but I didn't expect Lashley to lose. I believe Lashley was going to retain because he is TNA's guy. He's not going to lose the title yet. So anyways, after the tag finisher is hit on Lashley, the world champ, the referee wakes back up, counts 1, 2, almost 3, but Lashley kicks out. It was pretty damn exciting, and I expected Lashley to kick out. Crowd was really into it. And then the Miracle comes out after Lashley kicks out. I think the ref was still kind of out of it. The Miracle, Mike Bennett comes in. He said he was going to ruin Destination X. He was going to ruin the main event because he didn't get a world title shot, so he's pissed off about that. Miracle gets in. He knows the referee's knocked out, or still out of it. And then I believe Davey tried fighting the Miracle, whatever. Miracle gets in the ring, and I believe, yeah, the Miracle did take out the ref. The Miracle knocks the ref out with a punch, I believe. And then the commentators, Pope and that other douchebag, Josh Matthews, they are saying, like, what is the Miracle doing? He's here to ruin the main event. How dare him? Stuff like that. And then music hits. And somebody's coming out from the entrance. I couldn't really tell who it was until the camera got closer to him. It was Moose from Ring of Honor. Moose. His gimmick when he comes out with his theme music, it's pretty fun to do. Goes Moose. Crowd was doing it with him, going Moose, Moose. And then his music was playing Moose chants in the Impact Zone. So Moose comes out. I'm pretty sure, 100% sure, Moose is now signed to a TNA contract, or else he went to debut on Impact on Pop. There were rumors Moose was going to go to WWE and NXT, but TNA showed way more interest in Moose. They probably offered him more money. I don't know how TNA keeps signing guys to re-sign them and bringing in new people. I don't know how TNA brought in Moose. I don't know where they have the money from. Where are they getting the money to sign Moose, a new talent? I don't have a clue where they're getting the money. But I'm happy for Moose, happy for TNA that they got Moose. So Moose comes down to the ring. Davey Richards is outside. Moose drills him, knocks him out with a clothesline. It was pretty awesome. And then Moose gets in the ring, or Eddie Edwards goes to the outside. Moose picks him up, power bombs him on the ring apron. So Eddie and Davey, the Wolves, are taken out by Moose. Moose gets in the ring, takes out the champion. Moose takes out Bobby Lashley. Lashley was laid out cold, knocked out cold. Then Moose and Mike Bennett are standing next to each other in the ring like they're good friends. And Mike Bennett starts talking to Moose, and then the commentators say Mike Bennett brought Moose in. He brought Moose in here to ruin Destination X and ruin the main event. So I guess Mike Bennett has brought in Moose. They have a lot of history together. They were in Ring of Honor together at one time. It's not like Moose was in the Kingdom, but they were still in Ring of Honor together, so they knew each other. So that makes a lot of sense that Mike Bennett would bring Moose into TNA. I like Mike Bennett. I like Moose. The guy's a great talent. Former NFL football player. So Moose is now in TNA Impact Wrestling. Happy for Moose, happy for TNA that they signed a new talent. Again, I don't know where they're getting the money from to sign Moose, but maybe they got a big financial backer. Maybe Billy Corgan. I mean, he's part owner of TNA. Maybe Billy Corgan paid up and gave Moose a big payday to come in. I don't know. I mean, if Billy Corgan isn't careful, the guy already put a lot of money down to save TNA and to put on Slammiversary, because Slammiversary would have not went on the air without Billy Corgan. So I respect Billy Corgan for doing that. Thank God he saved TNA, but if Billy Corgan starts dishing out his own money to new talents to pay them, I hope the guy doesn't lose his savings, whatever he saved. He might lose his savings and be broke. Hopefully that does not happen. Hopefully TNA goes on from here. They look like they have a bright future after last week's final deletion. And this week, Moose debuts. So TNA looks like they have a bright future. They are doing good shows every week. And their decisions have been good. Final deletion, in my opinion, is a good thing to do, because it got a lot of people talking about what TNA did. It got a lot of buzz about TNA again. So people that stopped watching TNA, maybe they watched last week, and maybe they watched tonight. So Moose is now in TNA Wrestling. Good for him. I'm a fan of Moose. I was a fan of him in Ring of Honor, and I'll be a fan of him in TNA. It's nice to see TNA bringing some new talent. Only thing they need now is a couple more X Division guys, like 4 or 5 new X Division guys, and they need some new knockouts. They need at least 3 to 4 new knockouts they need to sign, in my opinion. So, and I like what TNA's done with Decay, the tag champs. They're an awesome group, awesome faction. Anyways, this ends my Impact on Pop Destination X 2016 review. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy, also at NXT WWE Guy. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it if you don't already. Hope you enjoyed Destination X. From the second hour, what I saw, it was good and I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. And I think when Moose came out, after Moose came out, Mike Bennett, they're staying in the ring together. The show's about to end. The new woman, I believe, was working on TNA's YouTube channel. The new backstage woman interviewer went to Dixie Carter and said, "What are your thoughts on what we just saw and what just happened?" Dixie gets up and says, "This is BS. Next week, we're going to have a rematch. Next week, title for title in the 6 Sides of Steel, Lashley versus Eddie Edwards again. This time in the 6 Sides of Steel, that should be damn good because we won't get any interference." And both Lashley and Eddie worked damn good together tonight. So that should be good next week. I will be watching Impact on Pop. I still support TNA, even through the bad times. Through the good times, through the bad times, I still support and I still choose to support TNA Wrestling. And I probably always will until they go under. Hopefully they don't go under. Anyways, whatever. I still support TNA. I support Ring of Honor. I support New Japan Pro Wrestling, NXT. I support a lot of other companies I support a lot of other companies. I don't just watch WWE because I'd go insane if I only watched WWE and nothing else. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Time to end this video. Subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Bye for now. As I said, I think, one more thing. I think Impact was live tonight. They had a live, it was written live above the screen in the right-hand corner. So I think they were live tonight. I didn't know they were going to be live, but I think they were. It felt like it was live. I don't know if it was, but it felt like it was live. Maybe they're on a, I don't know, 5-minute tape delay, 10-minute tape delay, but it felt like it was live because Moose came out and debuted. And then Dixie announced the title for a title rematch in 6 Sides of Steel. So I think tonight's Destination X Impact on Pop, I think is live. So that is pretty good. Bye for now, everybody. Enjoy your week.